Well, let's just recap over what happened last week. You were telling me about Spring Sing and how that's like been a really big stressor for you, and we also kind of briefly touched on being your new member
educator.
Yes, that position, and then we also kind of talked about school and spring break a little bit. So, how is like your week going this week?
This week's crazy for me.
Okay.
I had a test today and I have a test tomorrow morning. And then we also leave for spring break on Friday night. So I'm like getting everything packed, like dealing with all of that, which isn't, it's like a good stress, like having to worry about all that, but it's definitely piling up. And I'm like, forget something or do all that. And plus the test tomorrow, I haven't even begun to study for it. So it's okay. Once it's done, I'll be a lot happier though. I can guarantee you that.
Good. How's Spring Sing going?
It's for the most part, as a whole, it's going really well. We learned choreography for our first song. We learned an entire second song. So we're moving at a good pace. Tonight's practice was a little bit more stressful than usual. We had steering come. It's like members that are selected like come help every show and they just affiliate from their chapter to do it.
Okay.
And they're only here for like 15 minutes and like our cast was just not, like they would not stop talking. I think that's really disrespectful to them, and like it makes us as directors and like just us as chapters look bad that we can't like give them that respect.
Okay.
So that was definitely like it was a bad practice for the most part. As a whole, it's going well.
Good.
Yeah.
So what was different about tonight's practice that like made it stand out as not a good practice?
I think the talking. I think our cast is just rowdy and like excited for spring break, which doesn't help. Also, we're like kind of cleaning and like touching up some choreography things. So like if you're personally or your section's not being worked with, then you're probably a lot more likely to talk.
Okay.
So that was definitely noticed, and it'd be like literally like one section went to choir and then it domino effect. So that's the main things that made this practice different. It was also a lot longer.
Okay.
And I think that also just added to like the not chaos, but chaos of it.
Yeah.
So, because I feel like after like an hour or so when you're talking to people or like dealing with people or like confining them to like a schedule, you tend to lose them. And that definitely was exhibited tonight. So,
Okay.
yeah. But we have another practice tomorrow.
Okay.
And I think it'll be better because it's just review. They're not learning anything new. And hopefully we'll just get in and get out.
Good.
And be done so we can go on spring break.
Are your practices, obviously they're canceled over spring break, seeing as y'all will be here. When do you guys start practices again?
We'll start them probably that Sunday we're back, or that Monday. So, yeah, right when we get back, it's back to
Oh my goodness.
back to everything. Yeah, but once we get back, it's 2 weeks, I think, around 2 weeks until the show. So, yeah, 3 weeks including spring break, but obviously we won't be
So
together.
it's like the downward slide after the show. Well, that's good.
Yeah. I did find out today that I have 2 tests during that week. So it's going to be like show week, I have 2 tests, and then it's also going to be like initiation week for my freshmen. So it's going to be busy. It's like that week that I'm back after spring break, I'm definitely planning on like just getting everything done. Like literally just sitting down and studying ahead and doing all that. So
Yeah.
hopefully I can find time to do that, and practices aren't like they were tonight.
Yeah, I completely understand. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that practices are going well, and that I know it's going to be really stressful for you those 2 weeks, but I mean that's 2 weeks out of the year,
exactly.
and you can definitely do that. So that's it's not that big of a deal, you know?
No, I completely agree, and that's definitely what's getting me through it. Is like the light at the end of the tunnel. Because I think I told you a couple weeks ago that after I'm finished with those things, then I'm just kind of finished for this semester. In regards to responsibilities, the chapter for the most part. There'll be little things here and there just to keep up with stuff, but yeah, it'll be nice just having my nights back again, I guess, if that makes sense.
I completely understand.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I mean, it's definitely worth it, but yeah, it's a struggle.
Good.
I'll look back and laugh at myself.
Good.
I'm excited for that, I guess. I don't know.
Do you want to talk a little bit more about spring break, or is there something else that you really would like to talk about, or anything big coming up in your life?
Yeah, spring break. Well, it's a 15-hour drive about.
Okay, where are you going again?
Destin.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so me and my friends are all leaving on Friday night around 8 or so, I think. So we're gonna drive through the night, which, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think it'll be fine as long as people are okay. I'm just my biggest fear is I'm gonna fall asleep while we're driving, and there's 4 of us. So,
Okay.
like, if one of us falls asleep, you know, the whole caravan concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just hope that everyone's okay on the drive down, we get there safe.
Mhm.
And then after that, I'm just going to relax. It's going to be magical. Because I have heard that the temperature's supposed to be like 60s and like not very warm.
Okay.
So I probably still won't wear pants. Yeah. That's kind of we're looking at that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not stressed about it. It's more just getting there and getting back safe and making sure that everyone's accounted for and that like it's 17 girls in one house. And it's a big house, but
That's still a lot of people.
yeah, I just don't want also like fighting or like bickering, like all that stuff. Because like we're all friends, like for the most part. Like no one has any issues with anyone else. We wouldn't be going together.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, girls talk and girls fight, and I like just don't want the stress that like we're all experiencing like during actual school weeks in the school year to like come into our trip where it's supposed to be this time for us to like hang out and just have fun. So I just hope that doesn't happen, but I'm not too worried about it.
Good. Well, Dylan, thank you so much for meeting with me today. Like we just kind of talked about spring break and like the 2 stressful weeks after spring break, and then talked about Spring Sing and everything that happened tonight.
Yeah.
So, like, thank you so much for spending time and sitting here talking to me, and I really look forward to meeting with you again. Thank you.
Awesome.